Good evening, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. We are running live simultaneously on Facebook and also YouTube. So hit the subscribe button at the bottom for me, guys, on YouTube, and also follow me on all social media outlets. Right there, hit the subscribe button because y'all know the algorithm. The more you hit like, the more we'll stay on top. So again, we have an awesome night tonight. I'm coming on to you on Thursday night, y'all, and we are on time. I value that because y'all know I ain't on time for nothing else, but I'm on time for my show. So again, this is Kenya C. Willa, GT Promotions, keeping it real in the gospel, and this is the Hot Topics pop-up show, the show where we just pop up, have a good time, and have the conversation. So tonight we have someone. I'm going to allow him to introduce himself, but you know we have to pay bills before we start out. And as you know, Gillian and Co. is one of our main sponsors. She paid a cost to be the boss. She does more than just taxes, y'all. That's Sylvia Gillian of Gillian and Co. And she pays more than just taxes. So everybody knows tax season, so y'all please contact Sylvia. Next week we'll have all her links in the show so that you'll be able to contact her to schedule an appointment to do your taxes, which is we know this is tax season. Also, I want to cordially invite you to the Black History Gospel Concert. It is Praise in the Park, the Praise Experience, Praise and Worship Experience, Kenya C. Willa. I am the CEO and visionary. It will be at Libby Wesley Park at 2 Southwest 5th Avenue in the great city of Delray Beach, Florida, 33444. This will be on February 8th, 2020, from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Again, we have a host of artists, we have a host of sponsors, we have a host of groups that are coming out to share and support love. 36 categories, guys. 36 categories. It is a blessing that we have that many nominees. I tell everyone every day that just being nominated means that you won. Everybody says, well, you know, as soon as you basically so that's you nominated, you win. So what bring in my special guest tonight. We're gonna have this thing. Yeah.
Very, very bad. Can you hear me?
Hold on. Okay, so hold on a second. Let's see. We can.
I hear you, but I cannot make out anything that you're saying.
All right, let's see.
No,
Is that better?
That is a lot better.
That's better. That's better. Praise God. All right, so we
Can
get
you
my
hear me
flyer
loud
down.
and
Hold on
clear?
a second. I can hear you loud and clear. Hold on a second.
Perfect. I'm sorry.
All right, so do me a favor. Just tell everybody who you are, what you do. I know my flyer's in front. So just give them a breakdown of who you are and.
Well, perfect. I'll do that. I do see the flyer in front of me now. Good evening. I am Darrian Dority from PrimeStar Digital Network, and we're a very unique company here in South Florida. We provide live streaming services and resources for a lot of houses of worship. You know, these days, prosumer equipment has become much more affordable, attainable, and desirable. And our houses of worship are really trying to reach out to their congregation as well as those who are possibly unchurched to try to connect with them more efficiently. And that's what we do, and we do very, very well by assisting them with the procurement, with the design, the selection, the installation, and actually teaching their staff, whether it be volunteer staff or paid staff, how to properly create broadcasts, so therefore they can take their ministry to the next level.
Okay, so I was reading up on it, and I did see that. When did you start the business? I was looking through your Facebook page, and I was like, okay, he's been around for a little while. So tell me about when did it come about?
The company is quite old. You know, we're not new by any stretch of the imagination. We're just one of those white label providers, and what that means is we provide a lot of services for a lot of people in a white label capacity. So a lot of times you'll go to special events and you'll see that we're providing the services, whether that be audio or video, but you won't see any of our branding because we pride ourselves on being a white label company. And when you go to our website, our slogan clearly says that we're helping you improve your visibility and credibility. So we don't go to your event or we don't go to your house of worship or whatever that may be and put our name on what we do for you. We're just an extension of you to help you become the best that you can be. And it's the exact same way when we're providing live streaming services, which we do a tremendous amount of live streaming services on location. And you'll never see us put our logo in the bottom right-hand corner. You'll never say bought to you by PrimeStar. We put everything as a pass-through mode. So therefore, your audience is going to your channels where they've already made the connection with you and your brand to be able to engage with your product. It's almost like how you are. You've spent so much time cultivating your social media platforms. It wouldn't really behoove you to say, hey, I want to do a professional live stream. Let me get someone to, do a live stream on their platform. And now I need to direct my subscribers to that platform. So we bring the platforms, in focus by saying we will do all the heavy lifting on our side and we'll push all the destinations simultaneously to your side.
Okay, so I'm sorry. I've never heard the verbiage, and I'm slow. Please forgive me. White label. What does that actually mean? For
white label means that we don't put our name or our logo on your product.
Okay, so white label me. Okay, so that's good. I learned something today. So when you say live, and I have a lot of questions now because I do the live thing, and yes, I do the live from the system that I have, and I was looking over yours, which is a lot better than mine, and I love it. I'm gonna apply for a job probably with you because I love your system. Yeah, I have fun here. I have fun. So I'll probably apply for a job because I really like your system. So like myself, okay, so I go to concerts and I stream live through my Mevo system, and we stream live and we can use the software you see behind you and everything. So you kind of sort of do more advanced of that on a more. I'm not saying I'm not professional, but on a professional level of broadcasting, is that what you're offering as far as the live stream?
Yeah, and we can do it in a way that most others can't because we're not just live streamers. We don't consider ourselves live streamers by any stretch of the imagination. We are broadcasters.
Okay.
And what sets us apart is we own a television network. So for content creators like yourself who says, I want to stream live, but I don't want to have the restrictions of the Facebook, the YouTube, the copyright strikes, and having to put the quirky, we do not own the rights to this music, all those things that basically minimize the integrity of your brand. When people see your product, we go around all of that because we own a television network. So basically, we're able to sell houses of worship and other entities their television channels, their social media channels, and they actually look better, they sound better, they're more adaptive, and you don't have the copyright issues that you would on some of those social platforms. Now, I'm not saying that you can go and take pop music and stream it and be okay. You need to get the proper credentials and licensing. But the reality of it is when you look at content on our players versus the content that's on your YouTube, your Facebook, and all those other platforms, there's a huge quality difference because those platforms that you're streaming on, as a consumer, you're not paying for those. So those are going to be really throttled down. So when you think you're streaming in 1080 or 4K, technically you are by design, but realistically you are not because it's so throttled down, so watered down. But when you go through our system, you're like, man, that looks incredible. And it's just because we don't throttle down your productions and the audio sounds better. It's a night and day difference. And it's not for everyone. Some people feel like, let's go to Facebook because everybody's there. Well, That's one of the furthest things from the truth, because when you go to Facebook, the problem with Facebook is, one, they have really throttled down your effective reach. So if you had 20,000, likes on your page, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, if you put a post up, about 19 of the 20,000 would actually see the post. Nowadays, you're lucky if 1% see that post. And I see that you're shaking your head in agreement of what I'm referring to. So basically, it has really changed. So we're telling people they should go to Facebook to live stream, and it's a terrible piece of recommendation because everybody isn't on Facebook. And let's take a Sunday service, for example. If you put a Sunday service on Facebook And then by next Thursday, if someone wants to engage in that Sunday service, they have to now go to your Facebook page and scroll through all the posts that
Yes,
you
sir.
posted since then to find that.
Oh wow, this interview is kind of like her interview. I'm just joking. Her interview is kind of, yeah, because what I'm streaming is now is, which is, StreamYard. So that is, it just came out of beta, so it's a little different. And the clarity is different, and like you said before, the algorithm is so different now. Facebook is really has changed. I think I have went to every class that they offer for the last 10 years. They offer a
Mhm.
week long class, even when we are in Tennessee. Facebook offers a class, and they're saying how much that when they started out, it was a college platform for
Of
college
course.
students, and we
Mhm.
basically have jumped on. So I also do classes about Facebook, and I tell people all the time that if there's no engagement, you're not going to have any. You're not going to have any reach. It's just going to basically just whittle down and just go away. Facebook is removing it because it's so much traffic. It's so much
Exactly.
crowding. They have to take it off. So this is a good thing for churches and businesses. I'm not sure to do you like, say for myself. We're just having a conversation. Say I want to take this platform to your network. How would that work? Would that wouldn't work? I mean, how would that work for the platform?
Well, there's a couple different tools that we actually offer that would actually serve you. And before I answer that question, I'll say to you, as a company, we have resources for streamers and broadcasters of all size. And by your own admittance, you're saying that you're a smaller company, you're budding, you're starting to grow, you're carving out your name. So we can help you. And just to give you an example, and you're down in Delray Beach, when
Right.
they had the Marjorie Stoneman rally down in front of City Hall,
Hmm.
February of last year. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Okay, I mixed for CNN that night.
Wow.
So CNN audio feed that happened that night that went to what 10 million homes, I mixed that myself
My God.
right at City Hall. So the point that I'm making is, whether you're a small up and start company, you're a medium sized company, a worldwide brand like CNN, who is larger than we'll probably ever be in 10
Right.
lifetimes, we have resources that can actually assist people and individuals with getting to their destination, wherever that may be. Now, to answer your question, the platform that you're on, it's a consumer platform. It works. Um, but there's other things that you could do. There's other tools that you could do, and unfortunately, they come with a cost. And that's where sometimes we separate those who are serious and committed to this industry from those who are saying, I can pick up my cell phone and push the little red go live button, and I can
Right.
create something that my friends and others can actually watch. And that's what really turned this whole industry on its ear, is when in 2016, when Facebook allowed the public to be able to go live. Because when Facebook first started with the live platform, it was only for select people,
Right.
celebrities, dignitaries, things like that. And then after they felt, I guess, comfortable, they went ahead and opened it to where just you and I could start streaming. And at that point, we really devalued the integrity, quality, and substance of video, because everybody now had a television camera in their pocket. So we started to accept lower quality video. We started to accept video that was shot in portrait mode, where you're actually holding the phone up, like this, instead of holding it
Like
the
that,
correct way like that.
horizontal. Yes.
So we have just changed our fabric the same exact way how Amazon has came in and said, you're going to now start buying things in your life the way we say you're going to buy it. So our days of going to the mall is pretty much numbered. Our days of
Right.
going to the office supply stores are pretty much numbered, because Amazon came in and said, you're going to do it this new way. And give me one second. I got a house of worship calling me right now. Hey, Doc, I got to give you a call back. Okay. We open 24 hours a day, so
I'm mad at you.
and we serve a lot of houses of worship. So the point is, for your show, there is a lot of resources that we actually have that could work. And it could be to the point of something as simple as syndication, where we can actually take you to 30 platforms simultaneously. It could be something as simple as saying, you know, you're probably using the microphone on the phone, and you probably don't have great color correction. You could actually pass your broadcast through to us, and we can do all the heavy lifting for you and clean your broadcast up. We just developed this piece of technology that we released on Thanksgiving Day called Virtual Broadcast Truck. And this is probably the most sophisticated live streaming portal on planet Earth. And I'm the designer of it. And to give you an example, the name Virtual Broadcast Truck, if you think about any time you go to a sporting event, you see the guys on the sidelines with the cameras, correct?
Right.
And all those cameras are connected where? To a production truck out in the parking lot. So what we've done as a company is we realize that content creators like yourself may go out places and want to live stream, you know, on location. And you've experienced it. You may not have a lot of bandwidth. You may have one or two bars. You may not be able to get the signal to go where you want it to go to. Some of the platforms allow you to go to a singular destination. Well, what you do is when you have a subscription with us to Virtual Broadcast Truck, you're actually now pointing your broadcast to our TV studio, and 20 minutes before you are able to go live to the public, you're connecting with us. Now your broadcast engineer is talking to you by name. You know, you all are going over their event. When you've scheduled the event in your portal, you said, well, I'm going to be at this particular event. You gave us the name of it. You told us who's going to be speaking. So we built lower thirds for you. We built all the graphics for you. So at your event, all you're doing is just, you know, aiming the camera. And then when the event is over, you're actually just going to hit stop, put the camera in your pocket and go home. So we're actually closed captioning it for you live. We're actually providing audio correction, which you can't do, video color correction, what you can't do. We're doing simultaneous distribution, which you can't do. So there's so many things that we're doing for you because we are your production truck. So you're out doing what you do best, and that's gathering the content. So we don't want you to have to focus on anything more than just gathering the content. And that's why the Virtual Broadcast Truck, no matter where you're at on planet Earth, Virtual Broadcast Truck works. And we run that right out here in Palm Beach County, and we're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Whoa. So right now I'm streaming on 5, everything except Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all of that. So say for instance, I have an extra truck. Did you see my truck? I have an extra truck, and it has Wi-Fi in it and everything. So, you know, we try to do, but you know, the best as possible. But my question is for the people, how much would that run me a month? Or how does that work for someone that's wanting to get into doing this? I mean, there's a lot of people that ask me, hey, how do I do this? Or how can I get into it? How can I stream live? And I tell people, I say, you got to remember the reason why I have an iPhone, I didn't have an iPhone in the beginning. I have an iPhone because Facebook chose me to be a tester. So in order to do the Facebook Live years ago, you had to have an iPhone and not
Android.
Android. Mm-hmm. So when they chose me to be a tester, I had to have an iPhone. So we tested it, and then we did the test recently. Well, about a couple years, 2 years, I think, of them allowing you to have people on your Facebook Live, but then they stopped it.
Yes,
because it slowed Facebook down, so they stopped it. Which is it picked up on majority of the little people like StreamYard and all the other companies. But if I was to say, okay, Mr. Bates, I want to stream from my band at these gospel events, and I want to be able to do exactly what you're telling me about how much is that a package, or is it something you can say it runs like this, or from like low budget to high budget? Is it something that you work with the churches and the small companies with to assist, or is it just like $1,000 a month?
Well, no, the pricing is a tiered structure, and this isn't ideal for a church. Let's just understand that. And the reason why it isn't necessarily ideal, because this was designed for public information officers, news stations, newspaper reporters, because they're always needing to go live.
Right.
And unfortunately, when you go live, you don't have the closed captioning. You don't have all of the checks and balances that we as a broadcasting company can provide you. So this is kind of like over the head for a lot of churches. But to give you the pricing is pretty straightforward. It's a one-time cost of $99 to activate your account, and that includes your first month's subscription of $19.99 per month. Thereafter, you're charged $19.99 per month to have your line access charge. What that covers is your maintenance, your ability to schedule, and for us to be able to say that we have staff on schedule at any time of the day, because it could be 4 o'clock in the morning. You can wake up, you can say to yourself, man, that was a shooting down, in my neighborhood, and they're going to have a police press conference at 7 a.m. and I want to be there. Well, if you go into your portal at 4 a.m., schedule the press conference at 7 a.m., we have an obligation to serve. We have to be ready for you at 6:40 when you get on scene. So that's what your $19.99 covers. So all you're paying on top of that, because that's your line access charge, is your broadcasting rate. And then that's basically going to come down to $225 per hour, broadcast hour. And anything less than 29 minutes, you're billed at $175. And anything over your first hour, you're now billed in quarter-hour increments. So let's look at it from this standpoint. If there was a press conference that you wanted to cover, how much would it cost you to get your video guy to go out there with a camera or two, mic up audio, find, electricity, test his Wi-Fi a day in advance? What would that cost you for a 30-minute press conference? $300, $400. Then he couldn't stream live because most guys can't. And then he couldn't do the closed captioning live or the closed captioning on VOD, or better yet, give you a high definition copy at the end of the event. He couldn't do all those things. So therefore, when you look at our pricing model is a lot less than you actually getting your vendors to go out and go do the job and having to deal with, electricity concerns, Wi-Fi concerns. Because if you're in Margate, like they had that unfortunate shooting that involved the UPS driver, and they had the press conference right there, where do you get electricity from? Where? And how do you know that you're not way out to where you only have one bar? How do you know? So basically, with us, it gives you the assurance of knowing that you can go virtually any place, send your signal, whether it is a low, medium, or high signal, to us, and we'll do all the heavy lifting on our side, and we'll put it to those destinations. Because although you said you're going to 3 destinations, they can only receive what you're actually giving on that one signal. Versus if they came from us, we have internet that you couldn't even buy. So basically, we can actually push some high definition signal because we have the way to be able to bring it up, bring it down, and distribute it out without anything wobbling or anything is sacrificed. So therefore, we're able to give your YouTube viewer their quality, your Facebook their quality, your Instagram their quality, without sacrificing or things getting throttled down.
Okay, so just for my people to understand, there's a one flat rate of $19 a month, but we're basically paying per tier of time.
Yes, you're only paying for your time as you use it. If you don't use anything this month, you only pay $19. If you did a 30-minute press conference, you're only paying for what you've used. So basically, it's almost like having a cell phone. If you have a $40 a month cell phone or a $60 a month cell phone, you're paying the $40 whether you use it or not.
Right.
Because your phone service provider has an obligation to serve. That whenever you're ready to use it, it needs to work.
Okay, so say for instance, I go to the church. Well, the church events, church events are 4 hours. Mm-hmm. And, I stream live through church events. That'll run me about how much?
How long is the event, typically?
My typical events, let me see, we say 6, about 3 hours.
About 3 hours, 225 times 3.
Okay.
It's 675. So now you're talking about all the heavy lifting is done, all the closed captioning is done. We're able to distribute it correctly. We did the color correction that you can't do. We did the audio correction that you can't do. We've just actually turned your live stream into a broadcast. So basically, now if you think about it, you just said it's a 3-hour event. What would it cost you to pay somebody to go out there 3 hours and set up equipment to do everything? More than $675. Yeah. Now they got to get into the church days in advance to figure out where the router is at, where the modem is at, what kind of internet they have in the church. And you know what kind of issue that is. People aren't at the church during the week. You got to go there on Thursday when so-and-so there, or you got to go there on Friday. So what happens when you go on Thursday or Friday and everything's not adequate? Well, guess what? The event is tomorrow. How do we deal with this?
Okay. And the benefits, So by it being a network, the live stream, I'm just asking because it's like I'm so intrigued by this. So by being the live stream, are you able, like, do you go to Roku? Where's the other places you can go and find the footage later on? Or is it something you just put out then?
No,
And
no. See, you're confusing us again.
okay.
Although we have the ability to go anywhere on planet Earth, we go to your destinations. So basically, when you sign up and you get your account, when you sign up on virtualbroadcasttruck.com, you're going to then put in the credentials of your social media accounts that you
Oh,
choose to
okay.
use in our platform. So let's say, for example, if you say, here's my credentials for 5 of my Facebook pages, 2 of my YouTube pages, and 6 of my Instagram pages. Those are now locked inside of your portal.
At one
Each
time.
time you go in and schedule an event,
Mm.
you then pick which platforms you want this event to go to. And then we see the work order here in the production truck, and we assign it to those particular locations because you've already picked those.
Oh, okay. See, this is why I wanted clarity so I understand, so that the people can understand. So, all right. So, say for instance, I don't know if you follow me or not, but I have a whole lot going on. I have probably about 10 Facebook pages. I have, no, I'm sorry, 2 Facebook pages. I have about 12 groups. I promote for probably about 15 people. And if you see a lot of these pages that I'm sharing, because they're actually mine. So how many of those? I mean, also Instagram, I have 8 Instagram pages and 4 Twitters. So out of all that, if I wanted to stream live, like tomorrow night, I'm going to a concert, and I'll be at a concert tomorrow night, which you know runs probably about 3 hours. And I said, "Hey, Mr. Mays, I want to stream through all my pages. Is that possible, or is there
Of course,
so out of all the pages, I can actually run it through? But what equipment am I using? Am I using
your
my
cell phone.
my cell phone?
Yep. Because you're going to have an account with us.
Okay.
So basically, you will go right into your virtual broadcast login. You're going to put in
Okay.
your credentials, and then you're going to go ahead and see your scheduled event. You're going to go ahead and schedule it. If there's any kind of graphics we need to know about, any kind of posters we need to know about, you're going to give us that. But if you say that the broadcast is going to be tomorrow night, 7 p.m., at 3 p.m. tomorrow, if you tried to go live, it would deny you. You can only go live 20 minutes in advance.
In
So when
advance.
you go live, now you're sending your signal here to the production truck, and your broadcast engineer is going to talk to you. Hey, Kenya, how's everything going? You're going
Right.
to say, I'm good. Well, we see your signal. Is that where you're going to be set up at? Yeah. What do you think about this picture? See, we're going to be talking back and forth and helping you
Okay.
with best practices. And then we're going to be able to help you with the audio, get that right, because we have some tremendous,
Okay.
tremendous audio tools here and some tremendous, tremendous video tools here to be able to take your cell phone imagery and turn it into a broadcast.
Okay. So next question.
So,
I'm just asking questions that people may ask. So during the offering, I have to come off my lives and come out everything and go back in. So is there a way that, say for instance, doing the offering, I don't want all that on my live, and I can.
sure,
Is there a way to say,
sure.
hey, during my live, can you run these commercials? Like there's sponsors that we do run commercials through here. I do. So is there a way that I say, hey, can I notify you? Because we don't know with church what time the offering going to be. I can't say it's going to be at
Mhm.
8 o'clock because of the fact of it's church. They don't know.
Sure, sure. No. Technically, you do know because when you go to church enough time, you can pretty much gauge how things are going to happen. And if you've had the video, like for example, you're saying I may want to run commercials. If we have those here in the production truck, remember you have a broadcast engineer here watching. So we pretty much know how church is getting ready to start transitioning, and then we
Okay,
just go ahead and automatically transition because if you've been to church enough times, you pretty much know when the signs are coming.
okay. Because I go to church all the time, and I just can't figure out when they're going to raise this little offering they're going to raise. Because if you follow me, I'm always at a concert, always at something. Even myself, I'm having an award show. So with me, I'm just all over the place, and I may just say, "Hey, let's do this, let's do this, let's do this." And I really like I really think that this is something that we want to help you push. We do want to be able to get the literature out to churches because this is something that the professionalism. And I know I got someone just inboxed me and said, "Are you getting ready to kill your business?" No, it's not killing my business. It's helping another business. You know, it takes me like because I go live at churches. You know, when I go through my system and we do things. But I think that this will enhance my business.
Oh, of course, without a shadow of a doubt. And remember, this isn't really the product that we push to churches, houses of worship. We push more of two things. One, the live streaming sales, equipment, installation, because most people nowadays they may say, well, I have this one volunteer person who is into IT. They may know a little something. We go in and we get you out of the weeds on all of that, and we're able to give you the professional equipment at the same prices as Amazon because we're an authorized dealer for a lot of the brands that we sell.
Okay.
And so therefore we're not buying the equipment off the internet and then reselling it to you at a markup. We are a reseller of these brands. And there's a lot of churches right now that buy from us and that on Sunday morning they'll get to church, something's not working, and guess what? We have the parts in stock. We can deliver it to you. So if you come in and one of your TVs isn't working because your HDMI extender went bad or something, we stock those things. We'll bring it to you. You can't get that from Amazon. You can't get that from eBay. And again, if our pricing is the same as those platforms, we're truly a valued partner. Beyond that, there are several churches here in South Florida that you're now seeing with live streaming systems, and those come from us. The better PTZ cameras, the big monitors, the big, IMAG, which is called image magnification monitors.
Right.
We sell and provide that service to a tremendous amount of houses of worship here in South Florida. And that's what churches can most likely benefit the most from, is because we've done so many of these that we know what works, what doesn't work. And our defective rate is very low, and our waste factor is only right around 1%. So that means that for every $10,000 that you spend with us, you have about $10 in waste. That is unheard of, because you've probably seen where a church probably went out and bought a video mixer for $1,500 and it's the wrong mixer. It ends up sitting inside of a closet for the next 2 or 3 years. So with us being professionals, we're able to minimize your waste factor and get you in the right direction the first time.
Right, that makes sense because even with what I'm doing, I ran through a bunch of webcams and different things doing it. The lighting is off tonight because I'm not in my regular area. We make things happen. I have to try to move things around, but again, I have 1,001 questions, but I'm not gonna hold you all night long asking questions. But I know that tonight is Thursday night and a lot of people are on different lives, but I just want to make sure that there's so much clarity because I'm gonna tell you what I do, right? And you may think I'm a little. So if I see a police like car in action, I actually go. I jump in the van. I'm like, I'll be the first on the scene. They don't respect my credentials, but I say, hey, this is Kenya. I'm broadcasting live, and I actually pull the equipment out the van, and we stream about what's going on. They don't respect the fact that I'm not news, but I'm the first one on on it. So that does make sense that I can broadcast through. But let me just ask now. So if I have a pop-up live, I wouldn't be able to do that. I would have to make sure it's scheduled, right?
Well, you need to schedule as far out in advance as humanly possible, because we're not sitting around a TV studio waiting for odd jobs to come in. We're busy bees here,
Yeah,
and
I know.
Think of this weekend, you have MLK. There's a lot of MLK events going on, and you will see us at some of those events, providing a white label service, whether it be, the audio for, those oratorical contests and different things, or it may be the video production or the video live streaming. You will see us at some of these events, but you won't see a tent that says PrimeStar. You won't see, company vehicles that says PrimeStar. We go in as a white label and we help you improve your visibility. It's like with your van that you have that have all the logos. If we came and provided some support for you, your followers, your subscribers will look at that as an extension of you, because our name is nowhere on the marquee or on the video or anything of that nature. So basically, it helps you improve your visibility and credibility with your respective audience.
Wow, I like that. I think the next van I get, I'm gonna leave it white so I can not let people. I had that. I had that option to get a secondary vehicle without any markings on it. That makes sense. I'm
Right.
learning a lot. I'm actually. I know you probably like she's looking, but I'm actually learning from you. Um, the information. I'm just trying to filter the questions because it's just this is so important that we are doing lives. And now you probably said when I sent you the link, like, okay, this girl, and I kind of when I got ready to do the live, I was like, wow, I'm going live with a network. He may think that this is kind of off. We're using StreamYard and we're using webcams, and I got to send you the link. So now I'm looking at your background and I'm like, wow, my streaming is totally different. So it is not say it. I'm trying to find the word. Is um. I know you probably say, oh, she's a new. I've been doing this now with this system for probably to be a year in July. And I take the system everywhere I go. I travel a lot. I don't know. Again, I'm not sure if you follow me or anything, but I travel a lot. I go to a lot of the award shows. I ever heard of the Stellas, and we go to the Doves and different things like that, and we interview a lot of gospel artists. By it being a pop up show, that's just my only question. And I know you're not sitting around. Is there a way that after I tape these shows, like it's taped now, after the taping of the shows, is there a way for you to take my taping, clean it up, and then put it back out for syndication, or is that something
Yeah,
that's
we
open
could.
for the live?
No. We could do that as well, and we could even set you up with the type of system that if you were to have an account with this, you could actually push it to your lane here in the studio, because what you see behind me is one workstation amongst many that we have here. So basically, what it would do is it would automatically record it. So as soon as you hit go live, you're creating a backup here in our TV studio automatically, whether we're looking at it or not. We're creating an automatic backup. So
Okay.
that gives you a little bit of redundancy. So we can do that, and we can talk about that, offline. So therefore, we don't bore, your viewers. But I think the second thing that, because the first thing for your houses of worship, followers, was helping them better become equipped for live streaming, whether that be the procurement, the
Right.
installation, the design. The second thing is our network, our PrimeStar digital network. When you have an account with that, you're able to live stream to it, in various resolutions up to 8K. You can't do that on a lot of these other platforms. And
Right.
beyond that, you now have a VOD, a video on demand network. So basically, when you start recording all your videos and you put them in your VOD, how cool is it to now have a VOD section on your church website where it may say past worship services, where
Okay.
somebody can just go to that page and have a Netflix style experience where they can say, well, you know what, I'm looking for the second Sunday in February. They can scroll right through it, click onto it, bam, it pops up and it starts playing. You can't do that with Facebook and all these consumer profiles, because they're not designed for that, because those are consumer based. So we offer the professional tools. So therefore, you can actually increase your footprint. You can improve your visibility, and you can create a more robust experience for your viewers.
Okay. So that I kind of get you. It's not that you're going to bore it. It's just that so many people. What happens is on the go live experience, and I get it like tonight. There's about 3 shows going on right now. Once they watch the show, they come back and they ask me a bunch of questions. Then I have to call you and I say. So I try to ask the question. They're instead of going in, they're going here on the phone. They're
Mhm.
texting me on the phone. So I'm like, go into the comments, so that we can have the conversation. But I'm being inboxed and they're like saying, hey, can you ask the question, ask the question. So
Mhm.
that's why I'm kind of asking. Because like right now, I got a question. You explained about are those two different things that are the the link to the website versus the go live. Is that two different things? I'm
The
guessing.
link to the website, can you go a little deeper with that so I can get a better understanding?
Hold on a second. They're inboxing me. The questions, why the questions ain't coming here, I don't know, but they inboxing me. Okay, so sure. Okay, so what they're saying is we talked about the truck,
Virtual broadcast truck.
virtual broadcast truck, but you just spoke about the way to be
On the PrimeStar network.
right PrimeStar network. Are those?
Yeah, those are two different components, because
Okay.
again, we're a multifaceted company. We have a lot of different solutions for people, no matter how small or grand their business is. The on-demand network makes sense for houses of worship because when you go in Sunday morning, you get ready to go live, it's going to work. Facebook and YouTube had those crashes last year. Remember that back, I guess it was around March or April when YouTube crashed one night,
Right.
and it was on worldwide news. I happened to be broadcasting when it happened, and once I was looking at it, I'm like, whoa, YouTube just crashed. And it takes a lot of confidence to say that, but Channel 5 and all the other outlets start reporting that YouTube did have a worldwide crash. So when you're dealing with those kind of platforms, you really don't have a backup plan. That if you're going live and that's all that you're doing, guess what? Your viewers are going to suffer. So sometimes things happen. And just last night, we were watching a live stream from a sorority organization. They were having some technical issues. And this is serious, when you're doing this type of thing and you're reaching a global or a regional or hyperlocal audience, things need to work.
Right.
And this event that we were watching last night was considered to be a signature event, and it's embarrassing when it happens, but you're not laughing because you're saying, man, my God, man, you're trying to figure out what is possibly going wrong at that venue because you know how important it is for these things to just work and work correctly.
Right. Okay. So it would just like it's on YouTube. That's probably why. So the reason why they were asking is because they're more interested in the other side and the other side. But I'm going to have them call you directly so that you can have the conversation. So
Sure,
the
sure.
reason why it's on the phone is on YouTube. Sorry about that. That's why it's not coming on this side. Yeah. So
No problem.
with your company, everything probably come all together. I may have to look into that. So I want my comments to come over here.
It all depends on what we're offering for because we do
One
a million
house.
different things.
Yeah, we need one house. So I have one computer. All that stuff. I gotta have two computers, two phones. I love my software, but sometimes when you gotta use a couple softwares to make sure you're engaging with all your audience. So listen, I'm not going to hold you. I know that you guys are joining me on February the 8th. I do want to welcome you to the award show. You are a proud sponsor and a vendor, and I want to thank you so much for that. So you guys will have a tent hanging out with me. So you will be able to meet people as well as get out your literature and be in our swag bags. So going forward today, we will be sharing the video, sharing your information, making sure that my reach is your reach. So we want to make sure that everybody knows your name um, going forward because this is something that we need. I mean, we all want to be professional. A lot of people I have all kind of components in my van. I have the Mevo system. I have this system. So we want to be professional, but I think that this professionalism is like 20 steps more than what I have. And we all want that wow factor, someone to say, oh man, King is doing it. I know we don't want to brag, but that's what we want. We want that. So we want to make sure that we're saturating the area with your information. We want to make sure that everybody know who PrimeStar Digital Network is going forward from here and beyond. And again, before I close out, I want to know, do you have anything else you want to say? Do you want to give us some last words?
Sure. Well, it's a pleasure to be here with you. I didn't realize I was going to be on this long, which
Sorry.
is no, it's a good thing. I actually had fun, sitting here talking with you, going back and forth, answering some of your questions and learning about some of the things that your followers, find intriguing to themselves. So, if there's anything that we can do as a resourceful company, we're always a phone call and or an email away. And, when you look at our website, primestardigitalnetwork.com, or if you look at the virtualbroadcasttruck.com, it would just really blow your mind that all of these things are based right in Palm Beach County. That all of this that we do is based right here, and you're going to end up going to the website. And if you look at some of our clients that we work with, you're going to be like, I did not know that they did the work for that organization. Or you'll be like, that video that's on their website, I was there, I didn't know that was them. We truly white label ourselves, and we have some great teammates that help us, and all the things that we do, none of the things that we do are about us. We have an obligation to serve, and we try to serve and serve effectively. So we're just an extension of you and your brand. So whether it's coming out and bringing out a 10,000, 20,000 watt PA system, with 30 microphones, it's an extension of you. If it's a matter of, going to your church one Saturday and professionally live streaming, the funeral, because the family, there's some folks that's in another country, whether it be Haiti, whether it be Jamaica or the Bahamas, and they can't get into the country, but they want to be able to have a private live stream. That's what we offer as well. And then we actually give them a VOD link. So therefore now in perpetuity, we'll have that TV channel turned on for them. So even in 6 or 8 months, if they're still sharing or texting that link to each other, here's a private high definition video link of that funeral of their loved one that they're able to watch. And now those members of the family or loved ones who are different countries who couldn't get into the country, now they have that way of actually connecting. So we do so many different things, and it's about just providing the service to the people like yourself who are out front.
All right. Again, I'm so sorry to hold you so long. It's just sometimes when you have the conversation, it carries over. I was saying, I said, I'm going to do this in 30 minutes, and I can't never do it. So I'm so sorry. I want to apologize.
Not a problem at all. Pleasure's all mine.
I try to do 30 minutes every time, and it never works out. But it's okay. Okay. Hopefully, we've answered questions, and our hearts and minds are clear on the business and, the difference between everything. I did plug the website, www.PrimeStarDigitalNetwork.com. Is that right?
Yes, it is.
All right, PrimeStarDigitalNetwork.com. We did plug the website so that they'll be able to go to the website and check the website out. There's the information. And again, we want to thank you so much for coming on. I call it a blessing that you took time out. I know you're a very busy person. And I checked your website out. I checked all your, I was like, wow, he's coming on with little old Kenya. So
what did you take away from the website when you saw it? What were your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts was, I was like, wow, I keep it real. I was a little intimidated. I was like, do I want to interview him? It took me a couple of days for your representative to get back, because I was like, wow, his live streaming and things are totally different. For him to come and sit on my platform, I was like, he may think that, keeping it real. I'm very transparent. So I was like, oh my God, I was a little nervous about it. And I had the conversation today. I'm like, I'm bringing someone with a major corporation who does live streaming onto my network, that does live streaming, that does live and a live interview. And I just felt a little nervous about it. So I love the website. It's so easy to navigate. So I just want to commend you on that. Sometimes you go to websites and it's so overwhelming. You're like, whoa, and then you just back out. So no, I mean, even on my phones. So we were able to look through. I looked through your page on Facebook. I looked through, and I saw that you were friends with a lot of my friends, and I saw that you did stuff for people in my community. I saw one video of Herman Stevens, which you know Herman, right? I grew up with Herman.
Yeah. Herman we're friends.
Herman lived next door to me all my life. Herman was my neighbor.
Wow.
All my life. So, I know Herman Stevens now on Fifth Avenue as an attorney. So I kind of looked around and said, wow, he knows a lot of people, the Odoms. I saw that you had, them. So it just was a little in the beginning, like, oh my God, how can I bring this big network onto my little network? But let me tell you something, God be the glory, because it is a blessing, because I am learning more about you. You learn more about your network that I can maybe expand a little. So when I'm ready to get in that league, I can expand and have the professionalism I need. And you can take hot topics to another level. You can take keeping it real in the gospel to another level because again, I do travel. Um, like I'll be actually on a tour next week, next month. I'll be on a radio tour. So when I do is I go live on these radio tours with all the major artists. So that'll be something that's really good that you can filter it through for me and make it professional so when they see it, and so I'm very excited. Willing. I want to hear more, and after my award show because I'm all bogged down, and hopefully that we can work together. That is my hope today. I know my prayers already answered, but my hope today is that we can work together so that when I travel, I can take PrimeStar Digital Network with me.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll be delighted to do that with you and be a supporter of your efforts because, again, this is about helping you improve your visibility and credibility. Right. So if we can be a small piece of that to help you achieve those goals, then I think that all hearts are satisfied.
Yeah.
And we've had the opportunity to really help some incredible people, some incredible organizations, and I think it's more of a privilege to be able to do what we do. Although we look at this as a business, we look at this as we're serving those. And are you familiar with the Muck Bowl that happens in Belgrade? Well, we were the ones that did the live stream for that, this year. So we were selected to do that, and that's not something that they just let people do. It really took some trust on their behalf to.
They only let them in over there, the Belgrade. We have to be part of it. You have to be a Belgradian to do.
Well, in that particular respect, it's higher than that. It's actually working with the powers that be. So we've arrived now to where we actually have the trust from some really incredible brands, and just a lot of hard work between the team. And we will be out this weekend with a lot of the MLK events, and going out and trying to help our clients look their best in front of their respective audience.
Well, I am trying to, like I said, gather myself together to be a part of what you're doing. Because again, if you follow me, like I say, next month, I'm joining one of the artists on a radio tour. Hopefully I'll be at the Stellars. I'll be back in Atlanta the next month for another award show. I basically attend award shows and stream live, and I think that this will be something that is awesome. That if my lives can just be professional, and I know that you can help me, especially with the video on demand, where I don't have to try to thumb through my Facebook to try to find videos that are already there. So I think that's something that's major, like I just explained to someone too, that being able to go to your videos as a catalog versus going through or waiting for your memories is something that's very, very good. So I love it.
Sure.
But I didn't hold you a whole hour. So I'm going to I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. The conversations will take on if you let it with me. We'll be here all night long just having a conversation. And that's the thing about an unscripted show. When we did Hot Topics pop-up show, we said no questions, no this. It's just basically unscripted interaction show. So sometimes it does go over. So I would like to once again apologize. But I do want to, in that same breath, say thank you. And again, my prayers have already been answered because you came onto the show. But I hope that in the future that we are able to work together, not only for my company, but work together to get to be a voice for you. We want to be an influencer for your business so that everyone can know exactly what you're doing. So we are willing to work with you and for you in order for PrimeStar Digital Network to brand to grow. So that's what we're offering today. We want to work with you so that you'll be a household name. So we are offering that.
Well, we appreciate that. Everybody always needs some help sometime, some way, from somewhere.
Yeah, we all do. But I love what you have going on here. So I'm going to let you go so we can get these sponsors back on here, and I'm going to let you go so that you can go again. you have my number. You can give me a call or inbox me. And I want to thank you once again. I do appreciate you, and we will be sharing your information going forward. We will be making sure that everybody know that you are a proud sponsor of the Praise and Worship Experience Magazine of the Gospels 2020 award show, which is my 10-year anniversary. So we want to thank.
Congrats.
Thank you. We want to thank you guys.
You're welcome.
So on that note,
have a good evening.
Have a good night, and thank you for joining me.
You too. Thank you.
So listen, guys, I'm going to run this video. Let's see if I can get it done. I just want you guys to see his video.
Are you looking to expand your worship reach with live streaming? We can help. We are PrimeStar Digital Network, the undisputed leader in live streaming system design, sales, and installation. As a reseller of over 30 top brands of professional audio and video gear, and with over 30 years of professional AV experience, PrimeStar can get you up and running within budget. Schedule an appointment now by calling 561-502-4408 or email us at contact@primestardigitalnetwork.com.
So I want to thank everybody so much for tuning in tonight. It's been awesome. Hold on, guys. It's been awesome. I want to thank Mr. Mays of PrimeStar for joining me. Awesome show, guys. And I know that, hold on a second. Let me just make sure I click this off. Hold on. We trying to, all right, so we sharing the screen so that we can have this taken care of. So again, we want to make sure that we're supporting our own. We're supporting a digital platform, which is PrimeStarDigitalNetwork.com. I need you guys to log on. Just log on to the, I'm going back on it now. Log on to the website. It is awesome. Matter of fact, let me see if we can do this right now. I want to try to log on so you guys can see the website. I'm going to log in. Hold on. All right. If I can get my computer to key up really quick, I just want to show you guys the website so that you will be able to see the website that he has. Just bear with me a moment. So allow me to maneuver it. So this is the website, the PrimeStar Video Conferencing System Services. Awesome website. I was playing around in it today. If you look at the content delivery network, PrimeStar Digital Network, this is his information. And I like the fact that it says, welcome to our site. If you need help, simply reply to this message. It lets you know that we are here. It tells you about the closed captioning, the CDN services, Pro Gear, integrations, AV. So what I did today was I just played around with it to kind of see what's going on. So I was able to ask questions because I kind of wanted to know a little bit more. So again, here's the website that you can log into. And it's the PrimeStar Digital Network. It shows you exactly what he was saying about the broadcast truck, the CTN login, integrations, live stream. So everything that we talked about tonight is here on the website. So again, feel free to log in. It again is www.primestardigitalnetwork.com. Feel free to log into the website so that you can have more information on how it works. So again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. We want to thank our proud sponsors. Let me just put myself back in. Hold on. We want to thank our proud sponsors, which is always my proud sponsors. Sylvia of Gillian & Co. Y'all know she paid the cost to be the boss. Sylvia pays the cost to be the boss. So we want to thank her for coming on tonight. So listen, I also want to let you guys know that we have some awesome shows that are coming up. Oh man, I have one of the biggest shows. The last week of this month, I have a couple of the biggest shows you ever want to tune into. So again, y'all stay tuned for big things from GT Promotions, Keeping It Real in the Gospel and the Praise and Worship Experience. And I need you guys to remember the link below, www.primestardigitalnetwork.com. They're awesome over there. Y'all stop by and support them. I gotta go. It's been an hour and I'm out.